Hey fellow freelancers, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another Anthem News video. We have a lot to go over today, starting off with EA tweeting out that they would like us to test their game for them. We also have a very hot off the press reply from Bioware, literally writing a 12-paragraph novel in response to a Reddit post. Some pretty big nuggets in there. So if you'd like to get inside the minds of the developers, we're going to be seeing that here in today's video. We have a bunch of other crazy stuff to go over in today's video. So stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, freelancers, starting off with the EA help tweet, calling all freelancers, we need your help tracking down problems with Anthem game quick play missions. Head to Answers headquarters to help us out. And this was tweeted straight from the EA help page. So they're obviously having issues with quick play. We've all been experiencing issues with quick play. They were supposed to be patched in the last update, and also the next coming one was supposed to address all of them, but it seems like they cannot figure out what the issue is. This is very concerning. Do they not have enough QA testers on the team? Do they not have the original programmers who wrote the code for quick play? What is going on here? It's very concerning when a released game is asking for us to test things out for them. This is why the game needed a proper beta. I'm just gonna leave it off there and let you guys fire away down in the comments below. A response to that post was posted on Reddit. So someone was saying, so we are now doing the developer's job for them after paying $60 for this game, and the post was removed by the mods. Ouch. Okay, before we jump into some juicy stuff, I want to show you guys here some funny videos. Oh boy. My Colossus forgot how to fly is a post here. Oh my goodness. Look at those legs. Wow. If the random crashes weren't enough, well, how about this for an issue? This player is unable to pick up their masterwork, or is that legendary? Can't really tell with the lighting there. That is unfortunate. I've actually had that happen to me several times, and it sucks. Tried my second stronghold out tonight, and this is what happened. A post from my angry fan. Oh, you just got trapped. That's right. Welcome to the invisible wall of madness. Hey, luckily you don't have any legendaries sitting there. Oh boy. So moving on, there is a new free play event out. This person posts, the new free play event is already on, and it is just to kill 100 beasts. That's right, an event that you can look forward to, something new in Anthem, is to kill 100 beasts in free play. Another person posted based off this event, I see what you did there. So these are the achievements slash missions you get for this event, and one of them is called Take Your Loot and Shove It. The comments on this are absolutely ridiculous. People are saying this cannot be real. No, it is a reality. So in response to that, Bioware has put some new emotes into the game for you with this, trolling hard with these featured vanity item options today, and it is make it rain, baby. Take your $5, your hard-earned money, and give it to Bioware so you can do this in game. And here's a look at the emote here. Make it rain, baby. Give us your money! And the post for that says, words can't express the irony in this emote. If that's not bad enough, who is making these vinyls? Take your hard-earned money and get a fireball on your forehead. Yes, that's right. And moving on, most sought after vinyls. If I had one request besides loot, can the skull be lined up for this chest piece? This is goofy looking, but it's the best option for the vinyl. Ah, man, that skull just does not line up properly. That is so unfortunate. And you know what? I have to say something about the Colossus here. They only have 3 pieces. They have the arms, the legs, the chest. They don't have a head and a chest. Now, what do you guys think of this? Shouldn't Bioware give you customization options for your Colossus shield to make up for the fact that basically his head is a torso and it's a helmet and a chest? He needs a 4th customization option, and that should be your shield. What do you guys think? All right, this guy says this is the devs right now. I can't. Oh, it's so good. But Not necessarily true. Check out this next post. So this person here, Harish CS, has come out with this post that got a lot of upvotes as well as a lot of gold, platinum stars and all that. Okay, Bioware, what's going on? And he says, I'm going to preface by saying this will be a long post. None of what you're about to read comes from a place of hatred. Please understand that every one of these concerns comes from a place of compassion and hope. I would also like to note that I'm going to be thorough as possible with this post. Nothing said in this post is being taken as community's anonymous opinion. These are my opinions, and since I am also human, some of these opinions could differ or not be right from the perspective of many others. That said, Bioware, let's talk. And he goes on to make a massive post. We're not going to go into that post, but we're going to go to Bioware's response to each one of those points in the post. And this specific post I will have a link to down in the description below if you want to read the whole thing, as well as the whole response from Bioware and all the comments as well. But we're going to go into the full response from Bioware right now. So community manager Darrow Kaz 35 minutes ago responded to this post and says, first, I want to thank you for writing this up. I appreciate the honesty and how you and others feel about the current state of things. And I also want to say I can't talk about everything simply because it's not my area of expertise or because I don't have the information you're looking for. I stand by our statement of being transparent though, and will continue to do so here and on other channels. Now I want to address some of your points that I can. So you can see here that they're nicely highlighted. The communication is one of the posts that he made, and it goes on to all these headers, and he's responding to each of the headers with a big response. So the communication part, pre-game release versus post-game release. And he says, to start, things used to be a lot friendlier here for the dev team members who normally don't talk on social channels or forums. They could answer questions, give information, and know that they aren't going to have people getting upset with them. Why would a dev team member take the time from working on the next update to post when they know it's likely to be met with hostile replies, or they get flamed because they can't answer other questions that players are asking? I don't mind posting here when things aren't so nice, but that's because it's my job. For the devs, it isn't their job, and I'd like to ask that people remember that when replying to them. When some people say, be nice or the devs will stop posting, it's not 100% true. Be respectful and constructive with your feedback, and more team members will likely reply. So that's a really good post and a really good reasoning for why there's so much communication pre-release and post-release, because the devs are hard at work at fixing the game, and they don't have time to post on Reddit. But they were posting a lot pre the game releasing to hype the game up, but the game was obviously not ready to be shipped either. So they should have been working on the game instead of posting on Reddit, doing dev streams, but they're trying to promote and sell the game and make it rain, baby. So I agree with this tweet, but I'm also like, well, I don't know how to feel about it. Aggravating the community by acknowledging trivial things over major issues. I have been acknowledging issues that aren't the major ones you mentioned, but that's because I can quickly check on those and work with the team to see how fast we can get them fixed. I also report major issues, but until I get word back on them, there's nothing else I can say. Issues like Masterwork Embers not dropping, I could quickly bring to the attention of the team and we can get that fixed. I think it's better that I address the things I can as quickly as I can, instead of nothing at all. Also, I try avoiding saying thanks for the feedback I'll share with the team too many times in reply to the posts. That's very true. Loot, though, all I could do is point out what studio leadership shares on channels. They are very aware of all of the conversation going on around loot, and when they have more details to share, they will. Now, for EA help tweet about quick play, the reason we asked for this information is to help us track down the remaining issues players are experiencing with quick play in one location and get more specifics on what they were doing when they encountered the issue. Having all that information helps the team track down bugs faster, which means they can more likely to be fixed in the next update, which means they can move on to other parts of the patch sooner, other bugs, content, etc. Now, this is very true, but at the same same time, we are not QA testers, and we do not know how to properly well, I used to be a QA tester, everyone, but the general audience does not know how to properly report bugs. And in some cases, some people might write like a 2-paragraph story. Some people might write a novel. Some people might give false information. Some people might just troll. You never know what the public is going to send in through this help response. And then you're going to have like 5 members on the other side just reading them all and trying to sift out what's the good from what's the bad. And if they find anything helpful, yes, they can shove that over to the dev team, and maybe something helpful seeps through. So it is a chance, and setting this out is in hopes that something helpful gets through. So I stand by that's a good thing that they did this, because they want to get it fixed, and they're making it public that they want to get it fixed. But my concern is that they're concerned that they're not going to be able to fix it internally, which is a big problem. If they did not send out this tweet, would they be able to fix it? They're hoping that someone will break through and figure out what's causing these issues, and they need everybody's help because they just don't know if they're going to be able to fix it internally, and that's the big concern for me. Moving on, being confidential about the patch notes. I said before, but nothing has hidden on purpose in patch notes. The truth is the patch notes came together late in the update process, and I do everything I can to ensure that they are accurate, but some things slip by with all the moving pieces. I'd much rather put together patch notes even if they are missing a few things, instead of doing generic ones like, say, various bug fixes, improvements. I'll work with the team to get this process better, but we may still miss something from time to time, especially if it is something that gets added in the update late in the process. We will never hide or nerf changes in the patch notes on purpose, even if something we know to the community won't like. And if we do put something in that the community doesn't like, we'll do our best to explain why that particular change was made. This is what I really don't understand. He's saying we will miss things again in the future. We don't mean to miss things, but things slip through when they're added in late. Like, I have never seen in any game development history in my life patch notes that were missing stuff. Like, it just doesn't happen. Everything goes through the pipeline, it's documented in the pipeline, and whoever writes the patch notes goes to the changelog and just pulls all the information out. Like, how is something getting added to the game? And I have to say, I have a feeling it's because of they have that ability to change things server side. They can just change something and it updates magically and patches into your game magically live without having to restart and install something. Because of that, things can just get like shoved through the pipeline without this like normal methodology of like going through the pipeline. It's just whoop, going straight into the game. And because of that, maybe like things are slipping through. They're trying something new. So I guess this new method isn't tested and true, but again, this is something that is why you should have had a beta. So you could test these things live. Like, we're changing a bunch of stuff to the game. How does it affect? Do we have something documenting and recording all those changes so we can at least take those live changes and post them online? Because even if you're updating something live instantaneously, you need to create patch notes on it. Hey, we did a stealth patch today while you guys are playing. You don't need to update the game, but here's what we changed. Boom. Like, this needs to stay standard, industry standard. Moving on, not learning from the previous mistakes. I'm not going to comment on the first 2 points because I didn't work on Andromeda, and I know how some of the players feel about EA, but I want to talk about you're addressing how we're handling feedback. For feedback, we've made a large number of changes based on what players have told us, not wanting to run to the Forge every time to launch an expedition. We added the ability to launch anywhere from Fort Tarsus. That was because of player feedback. I wanted to visually see loot drop from bosses and strongholds, added because of player feedback. If you are talking about feedback on loot in general, and I'm pretty sure you are, I've already said that to the team is discussing, and that will likely be shared in the coming days. I know everyone wants to know when, but I don't have that answer. Well, you kind of just said in the coming days. So now we're expecting an answer in a couple. Oh boy. Anyways, we do not ignore any feedback from players. Sometimes it just takes a bit longer as things need to be discussed for a longer time. We don't want to say something we can't do, give incorrect information. Like Chad Robertson said in a tweet, we aren't happy with the loot either, so know that it's high on our priority list. Okay, but Chad Robertson also said we plan to change it in the next few months, and I do believe if you took the whole team, and sat down at a meeting and said, let's fix the loot this week, I think you could do it. I honestly do. Unless you have literally 3 people working at Bioware still, at least on Anthem's team. Maybe that's why it would take 3 months, which is also very concerning. So just pull your guys off of future content, the roadmap, and just get the loot fixed. That's you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Moving on, discarding feedback. Honestly, reading this stings a bit because I never discard feedback. I love this community. I'm very thankful for everything that has brought up, such as feedback, bug reports, funny posts, this little summon the loot update, and everything in between. I'm open to feedback on what you'd like to see the community team do to make you feel welcomed and appreciated. We do our live streams, blog posts, like the inscriptions, write-up, patch notes, helping out with issues when we have info and more. I am always listening and willing to make changes, so please let us know. All right, I got nothing for that. Yep, they're being very honest, and they are listening to feedback. It's true. It's just I guess I do have something. I just feel like all this feedback, there's more feedback for the game than there are developers able to listen to it and to fix it. And that's the issue that EA needs to go, all right, we want this game to succeed. We want to make more money off of it. Let's pull some people from other areas of BioWare, other areas of EA. Let's shuffle them all over to Anthem, and let's get this game to where it needs to be so we can release some new content updates, paid content updates, new paid cosmetics, and make some more money off this game. I feel like right now maybe they're just like, well, we made the minimal value product. We made the money off of it. We got whoever trying to clean up the pieces. Let's just leave it and go. And that's just not right. And that's another mark on EA. It's a mark on BioWare who doesn't deserve it. And it's a shame. So I think if they pulled enough people and put them on Anthem, this game could turn around and be very profitable. But sometimes you got to cut your losses. And I'm very sad to think that this could be one of those cut losses situations. Lack of content. I'm not going to go onto this too much as it's areas that I don't have control over or I don't have the exact info on the team is addressing. Know that I relay the feedback from the community to the team, all of these issues. The team is aware and they're doing a lot of work to address these concerns. Okay, so they're working on content, guys. You've seen the roadmap. Turning a good game bad. All I say on this is that Anthem is here to stay. Do we have a lot of work to do to fix parts of the game? Yes, and the team is committed to make improvements and releasing new content. Now, when they say Anthem is here to stay, how long is that? Is that, you know, they said they had a 10-year roadmap or a 10-year game development plan, but looking at the current roadmap, yes, it does, it's here to stay. Like, the servers can be up, but at the same time, how many people are in the offices cranking out content for this game? It's here to stay is the plan, but if it dies and nobody's playing it, we have to take the servers offline. We're not opposed to that either. You know, that's like the hidden message in the whole thing is they hope it's here to stay, but if EA decides to pull the plugs on the servers because there's literally one person online because of the lack of content, they can't say no to that, and they can say, well, we planned to have this game here to stay. You know, it's just upsetting. That's all I have to say about that. It's upsetting. Conclusion, again, I want to thank the community for everything. The team is listening to all your feedback for Anthem on how you'd like to see the game improve or how you'd like to see us engage in the community differently. I know that the players want to see updates faster, but these things can take time to make sure they are done right. We're very appreciative of this community and look forward to the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. Strong alone, stronger together. Boom. Very powerful ending there. Here's what I would like to see. If any of the devs are managed to watch this, this is what I'd like to see. I want a dev vlog. Like, I want a tour of Anthem BioWare. How many people are working on this game? All of the people sitting in their seats. What they're working on. The character. How many character artists you have working on vinyls and new models? How many level designers you have building new dungeons, cataclysms, strongholds? You know, all that stuff. How many artists do you have expanding free play? How many designers do you have building quests? How many QA testers do you have hammering away at bugs? All of that stuff. I want to see the whole lively studio and just go, oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of people working on this game. I'm reassured. I just get this strange feeling that there's a lack of people working on this game right now, and by seeing a bustling office just full of people hammering away, it would just give me so much relief, because it's all just skepticism right now and assumptions. Is it a skeleton crew working on this team? Is it the full Bioware? If it is, what's going on? Why aren't these issues being addressed? Based off of what we've seen, we've come to the conclusion that we're on a skeleton crew, and it's disheartening and it's nerve-wracking. And if that's the case, Anthem is not here for the long haul. So that's my worry. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope there's a big team working on this thing, hammering it out. But I do think this reply is really, really positive in general. It's gonna give some people some information, some insight, and, you know, maybe put some people at rest. So there are some responses to this, and the community response, it's a pretty solid answer, and a lot of people will appreciate that one, sir. Just wanted to say thanks, and please go on like that. Another person saying, thank you for the post. I hope the team, including devs, know that people are enjoying the game still, just a lot more quietly and patiently, and not everyone is thinking the same as the people who write posts like the OP. It's just really reassuring to hear that Anthem is here to stay, because I, for one, am really looking forward to the new content updates while I leisurely play through the game. And they go on to say, great response, thanks for your reply, thanks for response, that's a great answer. And, you know, people are just genuinely happy with the devs speaking out at a time like this. And even though I say these things, I'm concerned that they're on a skeleton crew. I'm concerned why aren't we seeing that? Because I did used to work in game development. I actually worked at Electronic Arts for like a majority of my career, and I've seen stuff, and it just gets me concerned. And, you know, I'm just worried is all. But me, for one, I don't know how Bioware functions. I don't know how Bioware functions, and I don't know what the current state is. I want Anthem to be here to stay. I want more content, and the reason I say these things is I want 200 people on Bioware. I said it earlier, I want EA to bring back everyone from all their sources and bring them over to Bioware and just get them doing something. I mean, EA could just shut down production on all their games and just put everyone on Anthem, and if they turn this game around, I think it'll be a hot seller. The game that we all wanted, the game that we thought we were getting, was going to be the game of the year, and it was going to change the way people played loot and shooters. And I think there's just a lot of people that had such high hopes that just really want the game to get there. So I'm going to end off on that note. What do you guys think? Fire away in the comments down below. And that's going to do it for me here today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please smash that like button, subscribe for more Anthem news, and if you enjoy the content in the show and everything I do here, please do consider supporting it further through my Patreon page. Links are down in the description below. All right, everyone, thank you once again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.